Hey everybody, Bushwhacked on VHS here, and I just wanted to present this to you. In the current public discourse, there is a lot of talk of the culture war and the interaction between the right and the left, and, topics such as mental health and trans identity especially, but identity politics in general is becoming a kind of hot topic. And I want to present to you this. The people who present this as a novel debate are liars. They are trying to persuade you over to their side using fear, and here's why, okay? In the manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future, by Ted Kaczynski goes into excessive, obsessive levels of detail about the culture war that he perceived as going on at the time that he was committing his actions. And if you read it, the parallels to today are basically one-to-one, almost, right? Society at large was more conservative, but the same debates were being had. The main difference was the context in which these debates were occurring, because there wasn't social media at the time. So most of these debates were in an academic setting as opposed to being had between your drunk boomer libertarian uncle and your annoying leftist little sister on Facebook. But the basic substance of what was being discussed was the same. And I would put it to you that most of the time when people are pointing to these debates to try to get you whipped up into a frenzy, it's because they're trying to consolidate a voting bloc. And they are willing to be as intellectually dishonest and to, be as nasty and cruel and overall just be as vile as they need to in order to get you pissed off enough that you're willing to vote for them, regardless of how repugnant their ideas are. And I'm not talking about any kind of specific people or saying one side or the other. I'm saying both sides kind of do this. They demonize each other in the hopes that you will buy into it. But I will say this much. You can use your own discernment to make decisions about what you believe politically. You don't need to follow a party. I would advise strongly against following parties. If you want my opinion on who you should vote for in the 2024 presidential election, I'm not going to give it to you because I'm an anarchist. I don't believe that our electoral process even works. I don't believe that it has ever worked, and I don't believe that you could ever have an outcome from it that would change anything substantive about the way that this country runs, which is busted as fuck in the first place. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to persuade you to vote for one person or the other here. I hate pretty much all of the candidates, but when it comes to debates about, whether people should get to exist, just remember that these debates aren't new. Trans people have been around for a long time, right? And they seem to be the main focus of all of these debates. And people deserve better than to have their existence be a topic of debate. Just something to consider,